Hello, gamers, and welcome back to another episode of Confessions of a Gamer Girl podcast. I'm your host, Doom Cutie, and it's the Powerpuff Girls night. You know what I mean? Like,
it actually is. Holy shit!
It really is. Shay, lovely to have you back as always.
Yes. We have returned once more.
We have. Ever since Dolphin Pants told me that we look like Billie Eilish,
Yes.
Sabrina Carpenter and Chapel Roan. I keep seeing all their pickies everywhere, and I'm like, stop it. Just stop it, because it's far too bloody accurate. And you know what? We're not paid enough. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
You guys be calling out Doom like that. She's not here for it. She's not ready.
Oh, yes. No. But I do appreciate the vibe check, as always.
I at first looked at that and went, no. And then it clicked. I'm like, oh, fuck. Yeah, okay.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, okay. No, I see the vibes. I see where you went with this.
For sure. Ladies, what have you been up to playing this week? Shay, please don't tell me your little community t-shirt competition stall thing happened already. Did it? Did it?
Community t-shirt competition stall thing? Do you mean my art market?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. No, that's not until April. But I did order my prints. So I actually ordered the first quarter of my prints, only a quarter, and it cost me $200. So I better make that back. I'm gonna cry. But yeah, no, so I ordered the prints, which was amazing. I'm waiting for them to arrive. I've never received a large batch of my own printed work before, so this is going to be very odd. But I'm curious. I'm excited. I don't really know what else to feel beyond that because it's weird and new to me. But this week I have been... I may or may not have been achievement hunting on my Moonstone Island, and then like halfway through achievement hunting went, why am I doing this? It doesn't matter. And then went, oh, but I like it.
Does it?
And then I was just this little war in myself where I realized I think I'm bored with the game, and that's why the achievements don't matter to me now. So that, and it tried to say I had to marry a certain person. And I was like, no, you're going to dictate this. No. There's an achievement for marrying like a specific dude. And I was like, I don't want to. I don't want to. Yeah. I like the cool blacksmith chick, okay? She's funny and she tells me I have a nice butt, right? It's good.
Look,
lady.
I'm feeling the vibes on the, what do you mean I can't romance that character? And I will go into length about this a bit later. But yeah, I certainly feel you.
Yeah.
I certainly feel you on that. But you know what? I think it's okay. If you have bought a game, no matter how much it costs, or if it's on Game Pass, whatever, it's okay to not play it. Like,
well, the thing is, I did finish it, right? So this is just achievement hunting. For the sake of it, I finished the game.
Okay. All right,
but other than that, I tried Project Zomboid this week, which is it's an older title. Yeah, it's an older title, right? So essentially, it's an isometric zombie survival game, and I knew it was pretty in depth. It's in depth, right? Like it's full on. You best be managing your anxiety, and I was like, no, I do this in real life. Please stop.
Character's anxiety.
Yeah, because you're in a zombie apocalypse.
Sims,
but
in the zombie apocalypse.
You got to like bandage your wounds and stuff like that. You got to make sure you disinfect everything. You got to like check up on your wounds and like switch your bandages out and stuff like that. You got to make sure you're drinking water, also killing shit. Maybe you got to take things apart. It takes you forever to learn skills and read a book so you can fortify where you live. And it's all this little freaking isometric game from like 10 years ago. It's wild. So it makes sense as to why it's got such a good following and so many people are still playing it. Like it's really good. So that's been my week.
2015 wasn't that long ago, was it? And they were producing some really fantastic games.
I don't know how to tell you that was a decade ago.
Yeah, like isn't that crazy?
No, but it was I feel like it was a good year though.
Yeah,
like, overall for like a lot of things.
Yeah.
Like I was 14 and like phones were cool, like technology was cool, like you could buy like see-through computers, you know. I and everyone was like really like connected with like in person connected in regards to technology and video gaming. So, I mean, and you know,
COVID
like
kind of messed that up.
Yeah, and then there was like
no.
I don't know if you did this, Shay, but there was a lot of questionable outfits. You know, like I'm seeing like a long necklaces with owls on them.
Fuck, I remember those.
Yeah.
Oh, I did
dresses.
Yeah. Okay, so I didn't do the jewelry because I can't deal with metal. And I don't really do dresses, but the pendulum top thing I did do, and I've got a fucking sick ass waist. That shit looked good. Right? So one time I can look at myself and go, damn, alright, okay. So I don't hate so much on the pendulum tops, but I do prefer like the fitted version, not the weird like puffy flowy version. All right, like that's on my vibe. Yeah.
I don't know. There was like a bit of like you could get, and I particularly liked these because I was one of those girls that like bought like 3 tops to wear in hopes it would like hide my stomach, but really wearing a band around that area just really highlights it, doesn't it, babe?
Yeah.
I didn't know that at the time.
Wait, young you was trying. Young you was like, I feel good, and that's all that matters, and that is all that matters. So it's okay.
It was look.
Oh no, I'm remembering tights now.
Oh yes.
Oh god, I'm remembering pendulum shirts with the. Oh no, I put that out of my mind.
And everyone wore heels like all the time. And now you can go away with sexy dress and bloody sneakers. Girl, you're not the same. That is a rite of passage. Okay. Here we are.
I'm definitely digging this women's thing where they're like, I'm gonna wear a gorgeous dress. It's absolutely phenomenal. I'm wearing fucking sneakers because I'm not doing that to my feet. I'm like, oh my god, yes, please.
Better time.
You know, it's in fashion.
We like it.
I think I posted on my story that I bought insoles for my Converse because
same. Same. Fuck, we old.
No, look, if you want burning feet at the end of a con day, that's totally up to you. But Converse are just a shoe that look cute with just everything, right? Yeah. And you can get all cool colors and all kinds of stuff, right? So universally great for everyone. And I was just like, I wanted to be more responsible because I felt like my feet were on fire. So anyway, but I got lots of good responses from that. And from the convention girlies, they're like, I love that. Please, like I've been doing that like the past 2 years, and it's like it's a secret that no one talks about. And I'm like,
I've literally been looking for supportive shoes that look like Converses because I love Converses, right? I'm that kind of person who loves really like intense color palettes with like a hard split because I'm color deficient, right? So if I have hard color split like this, all good, I can see it. But if things are fading into each other or there's like different shade, I can't see shit. All right, so there's no point. So I just want some nice ergonomic fucking Converses.
Also inside, you're gonna see a little bit into my cupboard.
Quick, everyone, will know Doom secrets. There was a shape there of some kind. I don't even know what it was.
I have my shoes, right? So these are like OG Converse. This is shiny here. Like they don't actually make them like this anymore. So this is the Converse insole. It comes out, right? It comes out. Inside, I've put these. So these are Archies. It's like a velvet suede, so it looks dirty.
I got something similar. I literally went to the athlete's foot and I was like, what have you got that I can put in my shoe? And they were like,
and
this.
Take it out. You just take it out and you put this in, and then your feet don't hurt. So you're welcome. And if you're listening to this and you're like, what was that? You're just gonna have to find it on YouTube. You're welcome.
Yeah, very true. And then we will definitely wake up our con advice episode further into the year as well, because we have a lot of con advice as we start getting into like, the Game Expo will be coming, Pixel's coming, then PAX is coming. Like there's lots going on. So we'll have that ahead so we can give you all of our our advice together.
We could condense it into a cute little like tiki-toki video afterwards, just in case your attention span is not there, which is fair, or you need to check back because you got to prep for one of those cons.
Yes.
Yeah, we got you. Yeah.
And even
con prep is no joke.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's not like, when you reach a certain age. You gotta be smart.
Or if you have any sort of physical impairment, Jesus fucking Christ.
And that's just a well-bodied person. Like I can only imagine anyone who's wearing cosplay has any sort of physical disability. Like, fuck me, you guys are just amazing. So props to you guys, because I'm just a regular.
I'm a lady that walks around in my flat shoes, and I'm already in
and it hurts my feet.
My feeties are hurting. And then you get back to I don't know about you guys. I get back to the hotel like after walking around the convention for the day. I put all my stuff down, which is amazing because finally there's this massive weight off me. And then I have to like gently bend my toes after they're out of my shoes because they don't want to bend. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. We're doing it 2 more days.
We're getting a little bit off track here, but there is something I was a little bit sad to find out actually. So I've stayed at the Crown Metropole for 2 years in a row because they have a rooftop pool. Now, the reason for the pool is not because it's hot, it's because my feet hurt. Found out they close at like 5 or 6 o'clock. I was like, sorry, I come back. Yeah.
My tootsies.
So yeah. Portable foot spa perhaps next year. I don't know.
Don't tempt me. I swear to God, don't tempt me. I'll find a friend in Melbourne. We're going to store them at Ellie's place. There you go, actually. Found our friend in Melbourne. We're going to store them at Ellie's place. And then each time we come down for a convention, we'll be like, yo, Ellie, I'm sorry. I got to pick that up real quick. Thank you.
Yeah.
It'll only work out well. And the deal is you get to use it, for the rest of the year, right?
Yeah, the other 362 days of the year.
Exactly, right? It's a good deal.
Yeah.
I see no problem.
No.
Ellie, what amazing demos do you have for us? Anything different this week? Or?
Well, yeah. So I decided to go whole hog after I had seen some demos played actually, and I bought a little horror game called Amenti. And it is an Egyptian horror game where you're a photographer and you're exploring the tombs of this one god. I'm going to forget his name. Rudimon. I think his name's Rudimon.
Yeah, it's one of the ones that we hear about a lot. It's like a side dude.
Like a lesser known bestie. And, the further you go in, you're a bit like you're kind of going a bit mad, and the dark things start getting to you, and you hear voices, and the more you learn, the more scared you are. And
to be fair, there were notes along the way going, oi, maybe don't, and you as a player go, you'll be right. He was not right.
Her warnings? Oh, I never heard of her.
No.
Yeah, so that was really good, and it also sparked the conversation of like replayability versus like money spent, because when I played the Cabin Factory last week, that's a $5 game, and the premise is you're investigating these cabins to see if they're haunted, and unless you were to like be able to go in and figure out within 5 seconds the massive list of cabins that it could be, it's still got that replayability factor to it, because as well everything could be so still and you go, surely this is not haunted, and you go clear and it's like bam, bam. And so even when you think you've looked, you'd have to know everything. Like you'd have to know everywhere to look for the first sign of it's haunted so you don't get caught and die. So for me, that $5 is definitely massive replayability. You can come back to it as an awesome bang for your buck. Whereas Amenti, dare I say that there's not a lot of playability to go back, because there's not really different endings. I'm pretty sure you can only get the one ending. There's not really any treasures to collect. So to your point, Shay, like you can't really like loot or anything. You can't really like achievement hunt. There's only really like 5 achievements, and they're kind of what you need to do to play the game. It's like take photos of these certain items.
Yeah.
Now I'm sure you could probably like accidentally miss them, hence why they're an achievement. But like I pretty much got them all every single the first playthrough. So that was a very fascinating conversation after, because I was like, this was $10 because it was a longer game. It was an hour and a half. But there's no replayability here. So I've just played $10 just to play one. It's like very expensive arcade game. Like you're paying $10 for the one play. I mean, again, if you love it enough, you can always go back. Like you've got the game. But for me, I would rather use my time playing new games, or new to me, like retro games or whatever, all of the above, but not spending that hour and a half replaying that game because I feel like I've done and seen everything, but rather going and doing a different title that I want to. So it definitely, within my viewers and I had a good chat about, was that worth the $10 compared to, say, the Cabin Factory that was the $5, but I can go back and play it more than once?
I suppose, like, it's a really good question, and I think it's going to differ per person. Like, it's one of those things. But I think in the end, right, for me anyway, when I think about it, I pay more than $10 for like a Macca's meal. Is that worth it to me?
How many cocktails you ever bought, Ellie? You know what I mean?
Like, my thought is, right, like, I'm probably, if I'm buying that game, I'm going to get a genuinely fun experience. Because from what you've said, the game itself is fantastic. It's just that it's not particularly replayable and the achievements are a bit lackluster. But will I get more enjoyment from that $10 if I apply it to a game? Or will I get more enjoyment from a Macca's meal that I then have to pay $15 for that will not even last that hour and a half? I promise you, I'm scuffing that shit. And for me, in my mind, I'm like, I think the game wins, right? Because I think I'd go without that Macca's meal and just make a sanger or something. It's fine.
Sanger.
Yeah, and I would have more fun eating that little sandwich while playing my dumb little game.
Yeah,
I don't know. That's
totally.
how I think about it. But
no, I definitely agree. Like, I don't think the paying that $10, I was like, oh, this isn't worth $10. Like, of course, it was definitely worth $10.
If it was like 50, I'd be like, oh, maybe not.
Yeah.
But
I think if it was 20 or more, I'd say no. I'm sorry. Like $20, like no. Time wise, I mean, it depends. But for me personally, for that game and the enjoyability, it was not worth $20. But I paid $10.40 or something. I'd pay up to like $17, $18, I reckon, and good. Still feel like, you know, I've had my fun. I've got my money's worth. My viewers in my stream enjoyed it because that means a lot to me as well. So I definitely don't feel that I like wasted my money. It's just a fascinating thought with spending the money in return with being able to come back and play it. So, and when you think about it, like the developers and the whole team going through it, creating this game, like $10 for someone, that's not a lot of money. Like, did they recoup it? And there's 3 other games to Dark Phobia Studios. So it's that one plus 2 other like dark themed games. It's like, we've met developers where it's not their full-time job. Are you getting at least enough money so you can get that Macca's meal? Because like, I want to support you guys making the fun stuff, you know?
I want more fun things, and you guys want to get to make more fun things. We're a good partnership. Please let me pay you for fun things. This is good.
Exactly.
Well, that is very interesting. Thank you for bringing that to us. Yeah, no, I completely agree with a lot of sentiments there.
I just read the COAGG podcast comment in the chat.
Look, if you are watching this and there are some freeze frames, I don't know why that's happening currently.
It's just for Ellie. Yours are all good. Ellie just has some dodgy internet sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's fine because she's gorgeous no matter what face she's pulling. So
I know. I mean, I don't have an issue with it at all. You know what? I think Egypt being the source of horror is actually cool. I'm not a horror person, but I can appreciate like how. Well, first of all, it takes a special kind of person to, you know, crowbar open, you know, pristine, you know, like these sacred spaces? And climb through small. No, sorry. That's along the lines of opening a dinosaur park. I've been watching Jurassic Park with the girls, and it's just like,
no. See, the dinosaur park, right? We do because we're white women who are going to hug anything. Okay, don't pretend. White women.
Well, first of all of that was white men.
Ability to fear that. Let's face it.
Except for that scientist guy.
Okay, it would probably be chicks, right? Well, no, it would be men because those are the only ones who are like approved for starting new businesses. But it would be really women because we hug anything. So, and and I say white women, but realistically, it's all women. Like, we'd see a tiger, and if it looked even vaguely injured, we'd be right fucking there. Like, oh, sweetie, do you need anything? I can give you a little bit of, like, tigers drink milk. I don't know. Let me take care of that. And they're, like, growling away, and we're going to be like, it's sweetie, I know, I understand.
love those memes. Like this has got white woman all over it, and it's like a white woman, like, hugging, like, a shark or something. It was a photo of me.
It was, yeah, no, I saw one that was literally like, this woman found a dog in the park. She was really concerned about it. He looked a little bit like he was lost. He was quite frazzled. She was like, oh, honey, are you okay? Gave him some pats and stuff like that. Gave him some water, made sure he was okay. The stuff you would do for a stray. So anyway, a bulletin went out in her town later. That was a wolf. There was a wolf in the town just trotting around. He wasn't doing nothing. He just found his way in. That was a wolf. And she had taken video of her doing this. And the comments were, ma'am, I don't think that's a dog. Not in the way that you're thinking. And she's like, sweetie, it's okay. And I'm like, I'd be right there with you, dude. I understand. I get you.
It's a wild dog.
It was absolutely a wolf. But he wasn't growling. He was very nice.
It's like us with the dingo. Like, gosh.
Dingoes
are just cute dogs. I'm sorry. They're in the news like every other week. And
doing something
like
crazy.
on COAGG, like biting people and biting women sunbathing. Like one dingo, like 2 months ago, bit a woman on her bum and she was sunbathing in COAGG.
I know that should be really scary, but it's actually very funny. I'm just imagining
there were dingoes around. I just don't go there, hey? Just
maybe don't let your guard down and lie down on the warm sand. I don't care how gorgeous that beach is. They're biting tushies. Get up, lady.
They're biting tushies, yo.
Look, she's lucky she walked away with it intact.
Right. That beach is never been quakier.
I love how we went from. I really appreciate historic horror to
tushy biting.
Tushy bum biting. Look, that's just COAGG.
Yeah. Don't worry, guys. We bring you all the news about games, about tushy biting. We got you. It's all women related. Don't panic.
Woohoo!
Yeah, Doom Cutie, what have you been playing this week? Okay, that leads us into our first topic. Actually,
very good. You been playing something dingo related?
No, but you know what? There should be more dingo games. Just saying.
Dinkum playing that too.
Oh, but is Dinkum? We don't like Dinkum, do we? I don't know. That's another.
We love Dinkum. Dinkum's fucking great. I'll talk to you about it later. Yeah.
Okay, we'll talk about it. Yeah. So this week you'll be happy to hear that I've moved on. I've moved on from Disney Dreamlight Valley. I've barely touched it. I only log on to check Scrooge's shop because I really need the Daisy wardrobe. And Avowed released today for everyone who did not purchase the.
Oh, was it today?
Yeah, the 5-day early access, I think it was. And if you are a person who is subscribed to Game Pass Ultimate, so you can that includes PC Game Pass and Game Pass on the console, you can play it right now. And
check, I've got Game Pass, excuse me.
Now, those of you who have known me for a little while, my relationship with Obsidian has only, and these are the people that make the game, has only been a part of Grounded. Now, to me, Grounded is a horror. Okay, you can't tell me different. There are giant spiders, and you're a child, and you're meant to fend for yourself. That sounds like a horror to me.
Survive. I give you survival action. I don't think I'd give you horror. Like, don't get me wrong. You know I have arachnophobia, so I'm right there with you being fucking fearful of spiders. But unfortunately, they continue to exist in everyday life and not necessarily doing anything horror related, just existing. And that's enough for me, but apparently not enough to be a horror thing. So I'll give you action survival.
Is Grounded the one after Limbo? Is it a part of Limbo, or is this...
I think it was separate. I think it was its own thing.
It was its own thing, but like, is it the same thing as Limbo? Maybe I'll have.
I don't know. I haven't played the campaign. I don't really know.
No, I'm thinking of something else.
Someone in the chat has just mentioned that every time I mention Game Pass, everyone takes a drink. I have to say, I only mention it like 5 times every episode, okay? So, and you know what? That I paid for that myself, by the way, that light over there. So don't even start, okay?
Wait. I have a question, Doom. As a Xbox girly, right?
Yeah.
Because you are a big Xbox girly. I see the necklace and everything. I've got you. I forgot to call it out the other week and congratulate you on your fashion choices. If I say for some reason just took a look and I don't have Game Pass, can I still get it through Discord? I pay for Nitro.
Yes.
Excellent. Perfect. There you go, everybody. If you haven't got Game Pass but you pay for Discord, you've got Game Pass.
I think it's a voucher or an offer, and I think it's for 3 months, I think. And they used to have a wonderful 1 month for $1 on a brand new account, which I don't think they have anymore. But I digress. So Avowed is made by Xbox Game Studios and Obsidian Entertainment, was published by Xbox Game Studios, made by Obsidian Entertainment, and it's set in the world of Eora. I'm going to slaughter that, which is the same universe as Pillars of Eternity. Now, Pillars of Eternity, I believe, was a PC-only game back in the day. And in Avowed, you play as an envoy, so like a representative of the Adir Empire, and it's set in. You're basically investigating this plague, this like unknown plague, but like the plague is like talking to you a little bit, and like I think we're like besties. I don't know. Okay, I'm still playing through it, working through it. There's a lot of like
questions.
Yes.
Should we be besties with plagues? That we didn't send.
The thing is, right? The reason why I am kind of siding with the plague is number one, it's it's pretty and humans suck, right?
Yeah, okay.
So
I get that. No, this is followable.
Yeah. So the play style is super fun. You can play. Your playstyle can like vary in fighter, ranger, wizard, and godlike. Everyone is a godlike. You are special. You have like godlike powers, and because you're you're connected to the magic of the game, and everyone's like, you're weird, but I'm just like, it's okay. That's just real life. It's fine.
That's standard. That's right.
So anyway, it's an open world action role playing game. And you get to have these lovely companions that you pick up along the way, similar to how you would see them in Baldur's Gate. I don't know other games that have that, but you have like little camp and you can like talk to them. And as the story progresses, your relationship with them progresses as well. You can change their outfits. You can update your little, your guns and your bows, your magic wands, all that kind of stuff as you collect stuff throughout the game. It rewards exploration. It's really cool. But I've got a beef. Okay. I've got a beef with Obsidian. Now, number one, I appreciate the fact that you have selected some incredible voice actors. However, if you are a player of Mass Effect, you will know that there is a voice actor in that game that is very familiar. And if you romanced that character, you are now Pavloved in this game to love this character. Do you think that I can even get a compliment out of this character at the moment? No.
Is he one of those characters that starts off mean and you've got to like really work at it for them to like you?
No. It's just that they're acting normal and I want them to just flirt with me. And they just don't. I don't think he's really got it in him. I just
Who picks the hard character and went, I will change him, and now you're like, why is he not changing?
So you can romance him. He's a fish man. Okay, he's got scales everywhere.
Sounds badass. I like it.
He has pecs. Look, our previous guest, Harla, she would have liked the character. We had some conversations over over Instagram, and it was very fun. So I'm hoping her next standee is Kai. Kai is actually from Pillars of Eternity. I don't think he was that sexy back then, and he also wasn't voiced by Garrus from Mass Effect. So anyway, it's been a lot of fun. It's I have had my ass handed to me quite a lot. But that's okay. That's okay. And Garrus, I mean Kai, will yell at me. He's like, your armor is not strong enough. Because like you don't. Okay, so like in World of Warcraft, right? You can kind of see like where the areas you shouldn't go are. But like some of the missions, you have to go some places where you're just not geared enough. And you can see the enemies have the little badges on them that tell you like what level armor they have, right? Or it's just levels of things, right? And I've got a couple of things that are in that level, and I still go in and I at least try. If you have enough health potions and magic mana potions and stuff like that, if you have enough, you can like have grenades, like throwable things. If you've got enough of those, you can scrape through probably. And I just have the audacity like every single time to think I can do that. I've probably spent like a lot of time just trying, just being like, can I get these guys? You can run away from them. I have figured that out. But there's no penalty to dying. It's just you have to remember if you know that you're going to go into a fight, you need to save it. Anyway, I won't spoil it anymore for anyone, but I really, really enjoy it.
I don't know, man. I just looked it up and found this fish man you were talking about. Dude's got a stash and a half.
Fish man.
Yeah, he's got little flippy things out here.
You can't say that in the dark, Shay. Just saying.
Hey, I didn't say it was a positive or negative, simply that it is. Also, taking a look now at this virus that you're describing, I can see why you're besties with it because it's freaking gorgeous. It's just pretty nature looking.
The art style is fantastic. It's almost like nature. The earth is like coming back in like
taking
the most
back
beautiful way. It's also causing a lot of people to go mad, which is
I mean, realistically, we have that already, so it's fine. They might even be about it, could be fine.
So I'm and in regards to like the play style, I'm kind of tossing up like I want to be a ranged girly, like I want to stand back from everything, but also I get bloody smacked in the face like really hard if you like gear that way. So and there's you can swap between loadouts while you're playing, which is actually really good. So I've got like a shield and an axe, and I've got like a wand and a book. So it's like I can
switch it up if someone gets close.
Well, yeah, and like you can your companions have like special abilities, so you can like go in and the fight pauses during that time. Thank God, because I need to like decide like what I'm doing. Like I've assessed the situation, how many bad guys are coming at me. And so you can basically go in and like halve your enemy's health, like even before you've even like gotten in there, you know what I mean? And then if I use like my big abilities, like from magic, I can usually get like the big guy down. But there's healers. There's healers in there. Anyway,
that's cheating. Only we're allowed healers. Only we as the player character.
I don't have any healers. I don't have any healers yet. Anyway, it's a lot of fun and it's on Game Pass, so you should just play it and love it and give Obsidian the love that it deserves, because a 7, a 6, a 7, no. Concord got a 7. That game was cancelled.
Yeah. Okay. Actually, it wasn't even cancelled, it was retracted. That's worse.
Sorry, it doesn't make sense to me. And this game is beautiful and lovely, and I'm really excited to like continue it, to figure out this story, and like the exploration is so great.
It reminds me of like, because like taking a look at the shots after you've mentioned it now, like it's beautiful. Do you remember when we had Hannah on the podcast and she was talking about how like, one artist will put so much time into that one tree and they'll redo it, and then like most people aren't there looking at that tree. There's a few of us that are like, ooh, pretty. I feel like I would get into Avowed and I would just be doing that the whole time. Like I saw one picture with a character with like these beautiful petals on her face. I'd be like, listen, I'm not staring at you. I'm staring at your petals. Please stay still. I need to look. Oh, look at a tree over there. I'm going to go look at that now. I must touch everything. I feel like it's one of those games where I will genuinely stare at the environment for freaking ages. So I hope nothing's timed, because
no. You go about it at your own leisure, you know, and this is a game, you're going to sink hundreds of hours into this, and you really can pick it up and put it down. I particularly like the idea, like, because there's like bounty boards in all the different like areas that you unlock, which is cool. So, and those boss fights are really interesting. The character or the enemy models are really, really great. And like, there are spiders in there. I will say there are spiders. I haven't tested the
spiders in every goddamn.
They don't look like spiders though. They look like praying mantises with like more legs. I don't know. It's different. Because I haven't felt the need. I haven't felt icky about it. They don't look real. They're really magical looking.
Oh no, I just looked it up. I regret that decision.
I'm sorry.
My insides just dropped. Nope, that's fine. I will. I will vomit on them profusely, and they'll be disgusted enough that they'll leave. Thank you.
Well, let me know how the arachnophobia mode goes.
I'll let you know how the view goes and see if I can actually play it.
So there is both first person and third person view.
So what if I told you that both first and third person trigger my simulation sickness?
There is also
what's second person view then?
That's over the shoulder view, isn't it? You can see the shoulder side of the head.
Like kind of like Fortnite.
Like Fortnite.
Yeah,
Fortnite, because that's not first and it's not third.
Yeah, it's like, a weird middle. Usually I find top down or isometric is really good for me. Some third person I can do if the palette is very distinct, like Genshin Impact. Whereas I'm looking at Avowed and it's very natural color palette, so quite desaturated. Which is very standard.
There is, oh God, I can't remember what it's called and what it does. There's a slider in the game and like there's ways that you can actually reduce movement.
Oh, fantastic. So they have like brightness scales and stuff. So they've got accessibility.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind testing some of those out.
So here we go. Best settings to reduce motion sickness in Avowed. It says, so you can fix the field of view and motion blur.
Perfect. And camera shake is usually another one they do, which is quite good.
Yeah.
So
I feel it
motion blur, field of view, frame limit. You can play it windowed if that's better for you. You can upscaling. It's got.
Okay. So they've really tried to make this kind of thing accessible. I really love when games do that. Like, even if people don't put in a dedicated color blindness like mode or something, if they're like, it's okay because you can mess with every goddamn setting. I'm like, easy, no worries, you've tried. Ellie, does this seem like your kind of game? I know obviously horror is your absolute thing.
I'm talking heaps.
No, that's okay. I'm just curious because I realized I don't think I've ever seen or heard Ellie talk about playing WoW or any sort of like, I guess, adventure-y games.
Yeah, it's funny. It's more of a preference than anything. I don't like the look of top-down games. So, you know, League of Legends, I really struggle with that because I don't have bad eyes necessarily. Like, I do have glasses because I'm short-sighted. So I wear my glasses when I'm playing PlayStation on my TV, when I'm watching TV, driving, that sort of thing. But I almost feel like it just reduces my range of like vision so much that I feel like I'm squinting and I'm like, I can barely see it. So if I love watching, you know, like PlayStation State of Play and Summer Games Fest, like all those sorts of things that show you continuous trailers. If it is top down, I just write it off. Like, same as why I haven't picked up Diablo, because it's top down. Like, I just don't enjoy it because I like feel like I'm squinting, and it is just like a preference.
Takes a bit to like not be in that, because like legitimately, if I didn't have this particular issue, I probably wouldn't play anywhere near as many top-down games, because oftentimes I find it really hard to see the character, just straight up. So
and it's less immersion as well, because you're not in the world. Like, I quite like first or third. I don't have a preference between the two of them. But you feel more immersed in the game because you're on ground level and that sort of one. I haven't really touched many side scrollers because of that as well. Like, I just feel like I'm really far away from the character. But as I said before, Limbo, that was a really, really fun side scroller puzzler that I would love to replay again. And it does have like I don't think it's like a sequel because it's not the same universe, but it has like another game with it. That would be really enjoyable for me. But outside of that, like, I don't really make many changes. If it yeah, I don't make any changes at all to my games unless it is I don't know what you'd call it, but the view is too quick for my aiming and stuff. Like I have to slow that down because I have like
sensitivity.
Is that
I have like
blur?
crazy thumbs because no, I don't think it's to do with motion blur. I think it's literally just like when you like look, you can go depending on how sensitive your joysticks are. Because I find that I like look at a billion things and then my aim is like all over the joint because my thumbs are just like crazy. If I slow it down, it does feel a bit better. And if I was to play it for a while, I wouldn't necessarily get any brain aches or anything like that.
That's fascinating.
But I don't know, Ellie, do you like open world games? Like it is a single player game, but it is quite open world, but I don't know. I don't know if you
I don't really go for many open worlds. Like Skyrim, it was probably the last that I touched. I get nervous even of The Witcher, and it's purely because I am a bit of a collector, and so it really bothers me knowing that there's so much to do all the time. Like it almost like, dare I say how pathetic it is, but it almost like stresses me out. Like it genuinely, like there's just so much to do, so much to interact with. Like whereas I think some people are like, oh my gosh, the opportunity, like you can talk to friends and they've done this, so I can go back and play it. I can go back into the world and go and experience that. Like I feel like Red Dead is big for that. Like you'll see all sorts of like, this person's done this and this interaction, and you can, the opportunities are endless about what you can do in those games. And for me, like playing Uncharted was like a breath of fresh air because there's just no collectibles, and there's just, I think there's collectibles, but there's no side quests. And I came off the back of the Survivor trilogy for Lara Croft and Shadow of the Tomb Raider, the third one. I finished the game having done some side quests, but the main quest, and it was done at 60%. And I was like, I would 100% take more of the main journey than doing some of the side quests were just thrown in there, I reckon, just so people had some, like a bit of a break from the main quest, and it was like, retrieve this for this character, and it gets a bit foolish. Like I personally would just prefer more of the main game. And so when things are a bit too open world, genuinely there is just so much going on and I want to explore so much that it literally stresses me out. I'm like, I don't want to start it.
See, what if before, and I totally get it, right? So for me, there's not enough to explore in my day-to-day life, so I want games that I can find things in. Whereas if you're already so overcrowded in your day-to-day life, you just want something streamlined and enjoyable, and not necessarily lacking challenge, just you don't want fetch quests. And I think that's really fair.
It could definitely be a subconscious thing that, you know, I feel like I have all these errands in my life that I still haven't done. Like, why would I want that mirrored in a video game? Like, it is probably some level of subconsciousness to add to that. Yeah.
I will say, though, everything that I've done, so there are side quests, and obviously there's the main story quest, and then there's also quests that relate to your companions. Now the companion quests are related to like the main story, that lore. The main campaign quest, you actually can't complete that unless you've done the other stuff. So the other side quests are meant to prepare you for that. And if you don't explore, you don't actually pick up the quests. So it's very self-paced in that sense. So if you spend half your stream looking, oh my gosh, look at these incredible I don't know, architecture, it's okay because you don't have this pressure behind you. It's very self-paced in my opinion, and nothing feels like it's for like just busy work. You know what I mean? I don't feel like there's any bloat to the game. Everything that you do, like for example, how I told you can throw like grenades and stuff. You collect those as you go along. Like you can see them on the map and you pick them up and then you can use them in your battle, right? You can also buy them. There's also vendors and stuff like that. Then there's ways to make money from either like from your interactions with people. Like there was this one guy who like had he couldn't remember something. He was just standing at the next to a bridge, and I was like, are you okay? He didn't have a marker on him or anything, so I just like approach every single person because they might do something cool. And he's like, oh, I've lost my memory. And one of the dialogue options was, oh, I know who you are. You owe me money. So it's like, so everything that you do, I feel like has a purpose. So, but you know what? It's not for everyone. So I'm not going to like say everyone should play it, but I do think this might be, surprisingly, my game of the year so far.
Hey,
cool.
I like it.
The end. Thank you.
The end.
Look, I feel a lot of satisfaction from this game, and I feel like it's getting a lot of love from the Xbox community. There's a lot of people that agree that game journalism is very PlayStation centric. They've been like that for a long time. That's why they got a hard time, because it was published by Xbox Game Studios. I don't know. I don't really. I don't play games because they get 10 out of 10 on IGN or whatever,
I agree.
I play games because I've watched the trailer. I feel like I resonate with it. Sorry, Rico is yelling in the chat about pumpkins.
He's got some very strong opinions on fetch quests and the repetitiveness of them, and how some of them are baseless and foolish.
No, none of the quests in there are just fetch quests. Some of them are like solving disagreements between people, which is actually really cool. Like, I recommend, like, if you're playing it, like, read all the books and stuff, because there were these two sisters that were arguing about this man, and they were very different. And they're like, no, he likes me better, whatever. And I had actually picked up a journal or read a journal somewhere else, and it was his journal, and it said, like, he was actually stealing, they ran a restaurant or something, and he was stealing, like, their secret ingredients. And so I settled that, and it was just really fun. I didn't get anything from it, but I was like, that's cool. I like that. What was I saying before getting distracted? I was talking about the rating of it and being satisfied with that. Honestly, everything that you hear, make up your own mind. But I can tell you what has made up players' minds, and this goes to your news that you would like to talk about, Shay. No freebies in League of Legends. Tell me how dissatisfied your community is.
We are so mad. We are so mad. Okay, so League of Legends has now been around for, I think, 14 years. And I've spoken about this before, right? It's a free-to-play model, meaning that you can download the game, jump in for free, all good. The catch here is that you have to earn Blue Essence, which is an in-game currency. You get it when you play a match or whatever. And so you can buy more champions. And there is a free rotation, but if you want to own a champion permanently, you grab it. And you can grab it with real money, but there's always been the option to not have to do that. Now, one of the other things that was really good is that you could get free chests. Now, these weren't just handed out willy-nilly. You had to earn them. So that was from leveling up. That was from doing really well with your champion. Like, you played a badass game, you got an S, and so they're like, oh, here you go, have a chest. And you're like, awesome, thank you. And you feel that little bit of happiness because you're like, oh, I just got rewarded for, like, doing my best. I love that. That's amazing. So anyway, Riot decided in their infinite wisdom that actually free chests were costing them too much, and they don't want to do that anymore. So there is literally nothing free in League anymore. You can't do anything free, nothing of the kind. But the trouble is, right, this is a twofold problem. So the most basic one was that taking away those chests actually made it so much harder for new players to get into the game. And you guys know League has been, like, needing some new players for a while now. And they just immediately set a barrier. It was so foolish. They have backpedaled a little bit to make Blue Essence easier to get, which is the in-game currency. But, like, why would you shoot yourself in the foot like that, especially when there are so many other games now who follow the free-to-play model, but will just give you all the champions? They're like, here, have it. If you want to pay us, you'll pay us in buying skins or whatever. Awesome. The other trouble with this is that Riot Games, League of Legends, I know we have this fun little tee-hee joke of, oh my god, they're a small indie company because their client never works. They're not. Just in case anyone wasn't getting, that was heavy sarcasm. They are an absurdly profitable gaming company, development and publishing. So they're not hard on funds, okay? And no, the free chests weren't making a difference. And the best bit about this, right, is that they announced last year they were going to simplify the rewards process. And we were all like, oh, cool. Because right now there's like 4 different currencies in that game. It's a lot.
That's a lot.
There's a lot. What they didn't say, though, was that they were going to simplify it by just taking away our free stuff. That's how they're simplifying it. They're not giving us anything else. They're introducing $500 skins that you have to roll for, but that's it. And to make things even better, right, these chests that you had to get keys to open them. They weren't unlocked. It wasn't just like you got an instant reward. If you didn't have the keys to unlock it, it sits in your inventory until you do. And you get keys from like honorable behavior, playing games, that kind of thing. Like they well up over time. Now, if you're someone like me who's been playing for an absurdly long time, I've got like 75 keys sitting in my inventory. What do I do with those now? Like, I've done really well. I've always had max honor. I've been a really genuinely nice player on this game, and I don't do it for the keys. I would do it anyway. But that was the reward, right? That was to tell me that I'm doing the correct thing. Cool. Now what do I do with that? Because the only thing I can do is buy chests. You can still buy them. Don't panic, guys. You can still buy them. But that's all I can do now. Am I going to buy 75 chests at about $4 to $5 each that give me subpar stuff? Or am I just going to go, fuck it? I know what I'm going to do. And then on top of that, and this is amazing, every single post that Riot for League of Legends has put out since they made this announcement and they've taken them away, every single comment, and I do mean every comment, has been about chests and when are they coming back.
Yep.
Puns, jokes, literally emotes, gifs, doesn't matter. Everybody's like, oh, that's fantastic. That character looks really strong. Are they strong enough to bring back chests? And
so it'll just be how long can they hang out from the cyberbullying before it was changed? Because hey, cyberbullying worked for Sonic the movie. They changed what it looked like. Why can't it work for the chest? Because would you say you feel like almost a bit betrayed in that decision?
Yes, I do. So for people who are playing this game who don't have the funds to put in, like straight up, and I've absolutely been one of those players before, it was a really cool way to save up to get skins. Now, keep in mind, from these chests, you weren't just getting given a skin. You're getting given what's called a skin shard, which is a fragment of it. And you have to save up a bunch of fragments to get that skin. Or you could use what's called orange essence. That's right, another currency. And if you had enough of it from disenchanting some stuff, then you could make it permanent straight away, the skin. So at no point were they ever just handing over a full skin. You had to work in so many different ways for it, and people did it. And it kept them more engaged in the game. It kept you playing for longer. And now that that's not an option, well, we're just going to lose more players, right? And then it's going to come down to the players. Yeah, it's going to come down to the players like me who've been playing for ages. And I'm going to go, well, you're not getting any new people in. And the people I like to play with are ditching because you're not incentivizing them to stay. So why would I stay? I don't play this game because I have loyalty to it. I play this game because I like the people I meet and I have fun on here with my friends. But if that's gone, I'm gone.
I think even just that word, like incentivizing, is really, really big. Like there has to be some level of like, I scratch your back, you scratch mine. Like they're big enough now. They're not like some indie game. Like you kind of need to serve the people because they're what keep it all alive, and they keep coming back. They keep playing. Like your game isn't really anything without people playing it. I could whip up a game tomorrow and no one can play it, and then all of a sudden it could be a rush of people and they're there playing it, supporting it, blah, blah, blah. Like sometimes I feel like there's decisions made that just benefit the big dogs, and especially in a time where not everyone has all the time in the world to play games, all the money in the world to play games. Like these people need to be honored. Their time and their money need to be honored, and doesn't sound like
don't panic. Happening. To balance it out, they brought in $500 skins that you have to reroll for. That's right, $500 for that skin. So they balanced it out with that.
Was there any other reasoning or rationale behind them taking them away?
No, they just said it's no longer viable financially.
Okay. I don't know. I mean, Ellie, imagine if so there's the battle pass, right? And that's kind of like, I guess, the free things that you get for playing Fortnite, correct? Imagine if they took that away and there was no free things on the battle pass.
I've got an even better one for you, okay? Imagine if they took away free stuff and then they put it behind a paywall that you then have to earn to get the shitty free stuff anyway. So what they've actually done...
Well, you have to pay for the full battle pass anyway.
Well, in League you don't, right? So in League we have battle passes, and some of the stops are free, but if you want all of them, you have to pay to get the full pass. Okay. The trouble is, though, what they've just done with the removal of their chests, because they've made it so hard for new players and there's a lack of in-game currency to buy champions with, they've now started putting that in-game currency in the chests that you have to work for. So instead of getting things like you used to, like ward skins, character skins, borders, things like that, stuff that's like cosmetic that you might not be able to get because you can't buy it, you have to get the pass. Really interesting stuff, right?
Mm.
You're now getting blue essence. Now, why would I pay real money for blue essence? That's ridiculous.
That's exactly that's just paying
when you've been earning it,
right? Like you're just you're just paying for in-game currency.
Exactly.
Like you're swapping real world money for their money.
Yeah.
And I think
for
that
me,
is
as a player who's played for so long, I don't need blue essence. I have all the champions. So what do I do with that?
That's a very good point.
For the new players, I don't know.
Yeah, but as a new player, like, it wouldn't be worth it, hey?
It's certainly a move that kind of shafts your loyal gamers. Like, what sort of move is that to make?
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely a fascinating one, but like, where's your incentive for being here and for like hustling to the point that you are now? Yeah. And they've just kind of gone, nothing for you, honey. There's nothing for you, honey. Yeah.
And like the thing is, right, the longer you spend on the game, the more likely you are to buy a skin, because you're like, oh, you know, it's just a few dollars. I play this game heaps, like whatever. And that was my logic. But now, because they've taken this away, I don't want to buy skins anymore.
Just boycotting League of Legends, everyone. You heard it here first. Exclusive.
I'm just so like, in that case, I'll play, but I don't want to buy any skins.
The only way that you can prove a point half the time is withholding your own money.
It is true.
Yes. Like when people didn't want to, they were like, I'll wait till Avowed actually comes out. I don't want to pay additional money for 5-day early access. Like it actually doesn't, it didn't actually really matter other than the fact that, you know, like it's a single player game. Like it doesn't actually matter. But yeah, people are against that kind of business model, which I get. What if I said that I think Fortnite, when it first started, it actually has the most potential to make money because it can literally collaborate with anyone and people will buy those skins, right? And I feel like other games like League of Legends, Diablo, all those games, right? They're competing with that because they can't collaborate. They can't bring new things into the game to make it more profitable for them. So they have to change their business model, which is actually shafting all the people that played the game from the beginning. I'm getting that vibe from a lot of these free-to-play games. Not that Diablo is free-to-play, unless you're on Game Pass.
Definitely. We've got a comment on the chat that's actually definitely along the right lines. So League of Legends does feel like it's becoming more of a gacha game, which is where you pay a lot of money, you get chests, you collect stuff. That's not what it's been in the past. In the past, it's been like, there's chests and stuff, and if you want to get one, you can. Or you can just buy the skin that you want. It's fine. Like, either way is fine. Whereas now they're pushing towards, so these $500 skins, you cannot just buy them flat out. You have to roll. So it's just gambling. You have to roll. And the trouble is, the maximum amount that you have to roll that you can before you definitely get that skin, that will cost you $500. Now, how likely are you to get that skin before that point? Incredibly unlikely. We're talking 0.01% unlikely.
Really? $500 dude. $500 people are paying
Australian dollar dues.
Why?
And that's what they brought out as
for younger gamers. Like,
that's the thing, right? It's predatory. It's terrible. So
wait, hold on. Do I have to fork out the $500 if I don't win?
Yeah. So essentially what happens is it's in little increments so you don't notice. And so what happens is you buy currency in game. It's called what is it? I forgot what it's called. It's yellow. Another currency. But essentially real world money into their money. Yeah. And then it'll take 400 of that in-game money, and I press and I spin and I get something. Now, I am not guaranteed to get that skin that I actually want until I've done a certain amount of rolls, and then they will give that to me. But before then, it is a 0.01% chance. Yep. And this is
why do people play these games?
Because this is new for them. They never used to do this. They used
to
be.
Why did they even become popular in the first place? This game style.
Oh, it's actually a really popular model in Asian countries. So in Asian countries, it's expected that you should be able to
just
pay.
Give me loot boxes.
It's expected that you should be able to pay to progress in a game. That is the expectation. It's a bit different to a lot of Western countries who feel that cosmetics are fine, but your skill should be what progresses you. Just a different setup, different culture. But unfortunately, Riot, of course, is owned by a Chinese company, so they are they are adapting their model to fit more with that particular culture, and it doesn't work for Western cultures. We don't like it. We think it's scummy.
Well, okay, that's fine. They'll just think we're poor. I understand that. But sorry, Elon Musk is not playing this game. Like, not every, you know what I mean? Like,
in a cost of living crisis, it's like $500 for a skin. You know, you want to.
And like, I mean, I don't know what the demographic is in regards to like teenagers playing this game, but like, there's no bloody way any of those. I don't know I need to find out more about the demographics of this game, because I mean, look, if over 50% of their player base is located in countries where these kinds of games are popular, okay, but like, come on, do they at least have good titty graphics? You know, is that what we're paying for here? Is that I don't know.
Sort of. The current skin is a skin for a character who's known for having his abs out. But that being said, you could buy any skin and he has his abs out. Like, that's just his thing.
Not $500. Is it glowy? Yeah. Edward Cullen here, like
it's a Chinese New Year skin, I think, and I think it's pretty. I think it has
luck for the games. Okay.
No, only cosmetics. So nothing increased in game at all. It is only cosmetic.
No, it's the vibe. It's the vibe that increases.
Yeah, it's the vibe. But remember, it's a top-down game, so you can't see that vibe.
You don't even see it.
You can see the noggin.
If you win, do you get a cool little graphic of yourself with your? No. Oh.
When you load into the game, there's a pretty splash that says he's cool looking, but everyone else has a splash too, and you're just this one little dude onto the side.
What is going on? Dolphin in the chat, for $500 I could commission a picture with him with more than, you know what? I could just get I'm just actually blown. I don't understand. Maybe I'm just
$500 you could commission like a hand painted piece. Okay,
I could get a life-size wax model probably of a 3D printed version of this character.
Give Rico $500 to 3D print you a figure. He'll do it. He doesn't mind. He's got you. There are so many things you could do with $500, right? And like, granted, if you have that money and this is working for your budget, blah blah blah, you spend your money how you want.
Good for you.
But that's quite simply not everybody. In fact, it's a majority of not people. Like, no.
I'm even more outraged now. Like, before I was like, oh, they've just changed the model. That's fine. But like that.
Yeah. So we're taking away your free stuff, but here's a $500 skin GL. Enjoy, everybody. It's definitely unfortunate and has definitely changed a lot of people's disposition to the game. So obviously, there was a lot of hope that Arcane would revitalize the League of Legends player base. It hasn't, because League of Legends is not beginner friendly in any way, shape, or form. Its tutorials not beginner friendly, nothing. And then you get into it, and now these systems are not player friendly. So why would you want?
They're predatory.
But
hopefully we can get people addicted in a game that they don't know how to play. What the fuck? What does that even mean?
I think they're really relying. Yeah, so I think they're really relying on their long-term player base. But their long-term player base is like, no, you don't seem to understand what you just did and how many other games there are out there. Like, we could literally just switch to Dota. Done.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Yeah, and they have
love to be a fly on the wall in these meetings.
Oh my god.
And
but you're just a drop. You're a drop in the ocean.
Obviously, it's like months and months worth of planning and then executing and then getting their tech team to build it and that sort of thing. I would just love to see the progression of meetings and where they're coming from a business standpoint. Obviously, it slays the house down bolts for their business. Otherwise, they wouldn't do it, because at the end of the day, cash money, honey, is where it matters. But I don't know, with this sort of outcry from the community, it's just kind of like, do they understand that this is the issue? And are they going to go, meh, that's fine.
I think
we can chop a couple of our legs off. We're a starfish, we'll grow them back. But
Or at least make it region specific. Why can't they do that?
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Well,
maybe
they do
just
have
too
a lot
much
of
money
region
to do it.
stuff. No. They love making region specific stuff for Asian countries, not for Western. So especially
so keep that to them, and that's what they like, and they can spend all their money. That's fine.
Well, see, the trouble is you can transfer your account. So if I move country, like that, I can transfer my account. So I think there's limitations in the very specific systems, but on top of that, I think they're just trying to transition us to something a lot more predatory
it's
because
not going to work.
No, it's not. Because
poor.
they didn't start that way. Well, yeah,
we don't have an ancient civilization behind us. We're Australia, literally. Like, we don't have our ancient history is in the Indigenous, and you know what? A bunch of white guys were like, we don't care about that.
Yeah.
We don't have that
generational wealth business going. Like, it's actually really rare.
Who is she? Who is she?
No,
that does not exist.
And
okay.
It wouldn't have been so bad, right? I think it wouldn't have been so bad if it wasn't $500 that was the max, right? If they had made it like 50, 100, still too much, but at least you'd look at that and go, listen, if someone wants to, they will. But 500. They started off with 250, and then this one, which is the second time they've done this now, they went to 500. So I'm wondering, will the next one be 750? I'm just wondering.
Look, I know Blizzard gets a lot of crap for the amount of money that, they'll make you pay for a game every expansion and, like all that kind of stuff. And you will pay it because you love it. But and then they put on obviously cosmetics, and there was that mount in the store for $120. But I will say they do have sometimes they have little pets for charity and, stuff like that. I didn't see Riot doing any of that. Even Overwatch they had one time. What was it? It's some disaster relief for some typhoon that came through China.
League at the moment has one for the LA fires. There's a firefighter Tristana skin that you can buy, and the proceeds go to that. But still, that's one. But
that's not $500, is it? It's not.
No, it's a standard, very cheap skin. Like it's yeah.
Maybe there's a bunch of Asian sugar mummies and daddies out there funding their littles, gaming addiction. Far out.
I'll volunteer. I make my gaming addiction fun.
Look, I get the scam ones in my DMs all the time. It's great. And then I ignore it and they get banned and they get banned like 2 days later, and I'm like, damn.
I just want to deposit $5,000 initially into your account.
Yeah, my PayPal's in my link.
Yeah.
You're like, what's your email? It's in my bio.
Yeah, you'll
be fine.
So why are you asking me?
Really wanting to. I played along with one for a while.
Yeah, I've done it before. Yeah.
If they will give me money, because I was so over it. Like, Instagram just didn't get on top of it. I was getting at least 1 or 2 a week. Like, it was really driving me insane. And so I just went along with this person, and he was like, I just want to get to know you. I just want to chat with you, and I'll send you money. I'm like, fantastic. Send me $200 to my account right now. And I gave my PayPal. And he was like, why are you in such a rush? I was like, because my company doesn't come free. Send it over. And he's like, but I just want to get to know you. And I was like, you'll get to know me after the first payment. And he was just trying to stall.
This is an investment.
And I was like, this
my time is not free
now. And I just blocked him. So I was like, what? You can give me money to start this, but you want me to chat to you first and then never pay me? No, honey, that's not how this is. And I just $200, babe. Just $200. You're promising me like $5K. It's nothing.
This is a drop. This is nothing.
Yeah.
And not 1 cent, not 1 dime, not $1. So put your money where your mouth is, and it's in my PayPal, honey.
Yeah. I had someone actually ask for pics one time, and I actually took it very seriously because I put up a picture of I had I think Lego socks, and I just wanted to Lego Tetris socks. They're very cool. And I had them up on the desk. You can look at the photo from ages ago on Instagram. And someone went to my DM and said, like, do you do this? And some people make a full business out of this. I was like, yes, here's my price list. And they're like, oh, that's a bit expensive, isn't it? And I'm like,
it's a bit steep.
How much that costs?
Like, hey, buddy, I'm in high demand. These Tootsies aren't for free. All right.
Go to Google Images, that's free.
Yeah, stock image, get a subscription. That's way cheaper than me. But they want that, this is just for me, they want that personal relationship. And I get that. But again, also I think ever since it must have got people must have gotten word because I haven't received an unsolicited dick pic in a long time, and that's because I said that number one, I keep them in a folder, not printed or anything, like just and then also I was actually sending them, like, because they'd be like, oh, like, what do you think or whatever, look what you've done to me, and I'm like, this is how much it'll cost for me to actually respond to that. So yeah, if you want it insulted, it was this much. If you want it like complimented, this is how much it costs.
A package, very, very smart.
It's good. It's
look, I'm not going to yuck someone's yum, and you know, if you want to do that, that's fine. But yeah, like it will cost. And yeah, I think, look, if you hear anything about Doom Cutie being like, oh, she wanted to sell me feet pics, no. No.
You wanted to buy.
You asked me.
You wanted to buy.
She wanted to charge me money for my penis.
I'll be like, oh yeah, explain that one, mate.
Anyway, I want to end the episode on a good note. Not that me charging for penis things isn't a good note. So last week we shared a little bit about AI and how we were disappointed in Razer ANZ for using AI images. They have come out. This was yesterday. They came out and said they love seeing their local ANZ Razer creator peeps tagging us in all their posts, and that there's still plenty of spots. Now, I commented that I have applied, and I also emailed them 3 years ago. There were emails from 2022 saying, hi, just, I do this. Anyway, so yeah, like I think they, and I've noticed in the last couple of days, did they actually read well, they took it down. So good for them. And I have seen them sharing a lot more of the people who actually use their products on there. So it is a good thing to see. I especially where was it? It was on Instagram. And they actually shared like just a micro influencer, I guess you could call them. I think that's what they're called. And they shared their content. So here it is here. And I just thought, like, that's a regular gamer girl, they're just loving their pink microphone, talking about how it's really embarrassing, if you don't mute your mic, and how their microphone is different because it lights up a particular color when it's actually muted. So, I thought that was actually really good.
I think you've pointed out something really important here, though. So this is a real human, right? And women look at this and go, oh my god, she's got cute nails, I'm loving the vibes, awesome.
Yeah.
But I think the AI image was aimed at male viewers. Because
you reckon?
I think it was.
Just perfection.
That whole perfection thing, the way she wasn't near any gaming stuff, but she still had the headset. She's, looking off wistfully, not male appreciating herself necessarily, whereas this lady's obviously having a fantastic time. She knows she's adorable. It really feels like they were aiming at their male audience with the AI one.
Yeah, potentially. Also, she's Australian. So Angel Naomi Ye. Also, welcome to COAGG. If you see her around, say, hey, I saw you on Razer ANZ, because I think that's very, very cool. So yeah, looking, I did see this and I was like, but
engineer.
Yeah, but then
now I question their photos, because her elbow was sitting weirdly on the chair and the shadow didn't look right.
Look, if you mix it up,
stylized.
Yeah, I feel like if you mix it up, like you've got some real people in there that are using the products. Yes, you can most definitely shout her out for sure.
If you guys want to visit her and be like, hey, this is way cooler than the AI garbage they put out, give her a props,
she's
guys.
Actually streaming. Look at that. That's great. Look, Paladin Amber has been a long time ambassador for them. So, we always we always see Paladin Amber, but actually, like, seeing them actually repost her stuff is actually really good to see. Look, Galaxy, we've had Galaxy on before. Yes. So yeah, like it's just good to see. So bravo. If you can mix it up a bit with the content, that's what we want to see anyway. So.
Totally. We just want to see these people who are genuinely supporting this company getting supported back. It's not like it used to be where it was just, we're a company, we don't have to do anything for you and you have to buy our stuff, because it's like, actually we don't. We have a lot of options, and we want to go with someone reputable because we want our shit to last, but we also want to go with somebody who's not going to screw people over.
Yeah.
This is what it is.
Yeah. So I was like, yay, yay, do more of that, because that's really great. And you know, I think even without kind of mentioning their boo-boo, you know, just giving people the opportunity to, you know, shine on their page, you know.
Yeah.
Good.
I like it.
Love to see it. That is all that we have for this week's episode. Girls, are you doing anything exciting this week that you want to share with everyone?
You should go first, Ellie.
Ooh,
I'm like, Ellie, go first.
Oh my gosh. Off the top of my head, on my to-do list is the Until Dawn movie dropped another trailer, I believe, a couple of days ago. I know, shock horror, that I'm not on top of it, considering it's my favorite ever game. I need to watch that. I'm in very two minds. I made a reel about it. I made several story posts about it. I went, shut up about it, about the upcoming film, because there's half of me that's a horror lover of film and half of me that is the Until Dawn lover. So we're very conflicted in the way of, like, it looks like a fan-bloody-tastic horror movie, full stop. Like, that to me is very exciting. The idea is quite unique. It's like, you know, every time they start over, it's a new horror genre. That's awesome. That's good. We're going to see so many fun horror genres. There's going to be something for everyone. But the Until Dawn side of me, the trailers haven't really shown anything that really is Until Dawny. The character names are even different, and that's minimal. It's not on a mountain. But I have hope that it's going to really incorporate some beautiful, like, Easter eggs. Like, maybe we'll see a totem somewhere. We'll probably see Wendigos in some of them. We'll see, like, the killers. I reckon Josh is going to pop up. So I'm very, very optimistic. I'm very much looking forward to watching the next trailer, but I have had people flood my DMs and everything. And I'm very, very excited. So that's my gaming plans this week. The rest of this week is watch the trailer.
Excellent.
I love that for you.
It's simple but beautiful.
Hey, listen, you got goals. Like, I just checked my calendar. Like, I legitimately pulled up my calendar. I don't have anything scheduled. This is a standard ass week for me. I don't know what to do with that. So I'm probably going to play more games. I've been reaching out, you know, branching out, trying a bunch of different games, because League's annoying me at the moment with its behavior. So I'm counting down until March, when it seems like a whole bunch of games I want to play are released. And it's so hard to wait for games that you're looking forward to. So I'm at this weird pit at the moment where, like, I can't find anything that is specifically what I want to play. And this does happen sometimes, you know, like, it happens with films too for me. But it's hard, like, because I want to play something. Like, I love that feeling of, oh my God, I'm so excited. I can't wait to get back into this world or back into this adventure, or maybe I could do that thing better that I didn't quite do good the first time. So having that not there is, dare I say, boring. So yeah, I'm just looking for a whole bunch of new games. I'm definitely gonna have to play Project Zomboid again, as that did seem to be very popular on my channel. I got to get my community in, and that was fantastic. But other than that, I think I'm going to find a nice adventure game of some kind. I have been recommended Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion, which is tempting, truly.
I have heard of that, yeah.
I've seen the whole playthrough, which is why I'm like, oh, I don't know if I want to play it. But I just want some funny, dumb stuff, I think. Or horror. But finding horror that isn't first or third person is so hard. So, I don't know. Yeah, because I was like, okay, what's Ellie been playing? Try
Limbo. Yeah, because that's like not like a super horror, but it's definitely like dark theme, and it's a side scroller.
I did see it's like a well, usually.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
And the
but I did see
puzzles
it's black and
really
white.
fun.
So
and it's black and white. I had so much fun with that on my charity day. So I think you would really enjoy it.
That'd be cool. I'm definitely waiting for Little Nightmares 3. Okay, like I'm just
it goes without saying.
It needs to come out soon because I want to play with it. But no, I'm going to be doing my usual streaming. I've been streaming late now because I'm still off work. So it gives me the ability to actually get to hang out with people for a bit longer. And I've been really enjoying that. That's been good.
I love that, Shay. I love that for you.
I've been seeing you stream a little bit more and do a little bit more content. What's happening there, buddy?
Yeah. So when I first jumped into Avowed, I just was streaming straight from my Xbox, which I thought was pretty cool. I wasn't too worried about like camera quality or like anything like that. I was literally in my lounge room with my kids. So that was actually really, really good. I saw a couple of your little faces in there, which was nice. And I just had the chat like open on my phone. And then I did it from this setup, and that was really fun. I've been streaming a little bit on TikTok. I usually do like the more chill games on there. But yeah, I think I kind of worry about the chat a lot, and I think playing a single player game, adventure game like this one, I don't know. I'm still putting the feelers out about it. But I did have some issues with a little bit of like frames, like my frames are dropping. So yeah, I'm just testing the waters. If you do see me, please give me feedback on like how things sound and how they look. Because yeah, I do worry about that. I actually have a little bit of PTSD from that, and I think it's because I used to stream Forza, and I used to have like two computers running for that, or two laptops. So yeah, I used to do it through that, and it was okay. But yeah, I think I get worried about that kind of thing. So yeah, I also, like I said, my computer's a little bit of a potato, needs some upgrades. She needs a little bit of love. So she will be getting that this year. Because like I can't stop. I just can't help it. I'll be playing I'll be playing Avowed. And yeah, I really do love streaming. I love being in connection with gamers because there's like none like in my town. So, you know, it's just very nice. So yeah, I will try and make like a mild schedule coming up soon. But yeah, there's a couple of really exciting things coming up for us. Both well, I don't know about you girls, but someone in the Discord, and I'm going to share the screen again because I can. If you saw the creator cards, this is actually my card.
You got yours, fantastic. I got mine too, so like I'm keen.
Yeah, and we're actually all going to be on the creator cards.
Yes. I know. I cannot wait.
We're all going to be on it.
This campaign soon. I'm so excited to get out there. If anyone has any places they would love to see creator cards stocked, get in contact with them, because I've already got in contact with my local card store with how strong the community is. Like, we've got some big name streamers involved. Like, it's going to be so much fun. I haven't seen a sneak peek of my card yet, but that's yet to come. And I think it's going to be so fun with us streaming and giving away packs. And I really would love to get all of my cards signed in a little binder. I would love for all streamers to sign their cards.
Packs with you.
Yes. So it's such a fun little project. So shout out to QB for that.
Yes, fantastic. For those of you that don't know, QB actually used to own Quokka mouse pads, and he's been a big fan, a big supporter of everything that we're doing. He's great. He's actually originally from Perth. Fantastic guy, brilliant to work with. And yeah, this is my card, and there might be a special COAGG card, maybe. Maybe.
Mm.
Maybe. I haven't seen it yet. I don't even know what it's going to look like. But yeah, it's very exciting, and the love from the community with this is actually outstanding. So you heard it first. All right, I think that's a wrap. That is a wrap on today's episode. Thank you to everyone in the chat for bearing with us and staying a little bit extra late for Ellie. Yes, for all things COAGG, Linktree /COAGG podcast. I gave it a bit of a birthday last week, so it looks very good. I was actually inspired by so Abby Chatfield actually has a really good LinkedIn, because she also has her podcast. And yeah, it looks like the way she has her episodes like set out and stuff like that. It's really cool. So yeah, we're going to go and raid our new friend. Our new friend that we met through Razor. Thank you, Razor ANZ. Angel Naomi.
Excellent.
Angel Naomi.
So we will be raiding. There is a little COAGG raid message if you guys want to use it. You totally don't have to. You can make your own if you like. But yeah, let's chuff over there and say hello.
For sure. Can't wait.
You let me know when, Doom, and I'll send
everyone
for
it.
All right. Goodbye, everybody.
For it. Bye.
Bye.
There we go. We have raided. You might just have to cut the stream though.